Hey, what's going on, everybody? Right here we got another video from Ethan. It's called "What is Happening with High Guard." Um, how many of you guys watched the Game Awards? Maybe you didn't watch it live, maybe you watched it after, but if you watched it, I'm sure we can all vividly remember when they showed off this game, and Jeff Keighley was hyping it up, being like, "Guys, this game is the game of the night. Be prepared. Here it is." And then it was like a slightly better version of Concord. It looked like really that's about it. I really don't know what they're gonna do with High Guard, man. It has the Concord reputation. Wasn't it? Isn't it coming out in like 2 weeks or something like that? It's coming out pretty soon. The game's ready to ship, according to the devs. So let's see what Ethan has to say about that. I really don't know what they're gonna do about this game, but anyways, let's go.
The Game Awards this year was as close to perfect as it possibly could get. You got games like Resident Evil 9 coming out, some new Yakuza type stuff, and the best game they saved for last.
Bro, unironically, look, they did have a really good showcase at last year's Game Awards. It was really good. I think they do a good job almost every year personally. I think the nominations were good. I think the game that won was good. I didn't even play Expedition 33. You know, I had my bias. I had Silksong, right? I played Silksong, but I respect Expedition 33. I will be playing it one of these days. But yeah, man, I feel like usually, one of the games that should win do win every year, and most of the nominations are pretty good. Outside of the Elden Ring DLC, that getting nominated was nonsense. Okay, that didn't make any sense to me. Anyways, let's continue.
Wasn't Titanfall 3? Highguard is a game that is developed by the people who created Titanfall and Apex Legends. So when you hear a catalog like that, you should feel like you should be woo! But instead, you look more like John Cena in his last match, just happy to tap out because man, I'm tapping out of this one. I ain't playing this shit. Maybe I will. We'll see what happens. The game received an ungodly amount of negative attention when the
Oh my god, wait, go back?
maybe I will. We'll see what happens. The game received an ungodly
Dude, 54K dislikes compared to 4K, maybe 5K likes? Oh my goodness. And I feel like this hatred for the game is only there because of the way they hyped it up at the Game Awards. If this game was just another game they showed in the middle of the showcase, nobody would care. Like nobody would be bothered by this game existing. But maybe some people be like, wait, Titanfall devs made this? Like, what a waste. But outside of that, I mean, the game wouldn't have this negative reputation. Like, it is so tainted. People look at this game and they think like, oh yeah, it belongs in the toilet, even without having seen it ever. They just hear about it now. Like High Guard, yeah, that's the freaking new Concord, right? It's so bad, dude. I mean, the game does look like cookie cutter slop, which is weird because these guys made Titanfall and they made Apex. Were they just like told to follow some type of formula? Like, look, guys, this is the formula. Drop this game. This is the hero shooter formula. Okay, sure, let's make one. I don't know, man. Let's continue.
amount of negative attention when the trailer dropped, and I don't believe this negative attention was simply due to the fact that, well, it was the last game shown at the Game. It really looks like a very uninspired version of a Overwatch, and the best comparison I could show you is you have a game like Fortnite, and then you have a game like Realm Royale, right? Fortnite is one of the goats of the battle
Dude, Realm Royale was freaking good. I don't care what anybody says. I had a lot of fun playing that. I know some people didn't like it. I know the characters look a little basic, but oh my god, when you were playing that game, you hop on the horse, you get in there, bro. Dude, the game was freaking, it was a battle. Okay, it was awesome. RIP to the GOAT, Realm Royale.
genre, and then Realm Royale took it and you down people and turned them into chickens, and it just looked bootleg. So I want to talk about why I think this game is pretty much going to be Concord 2 Electric Boogaloo, where it went wrong for me, and their silence is not helping the game in any way. So let's get right into it. So when you look at the game itself, it doesn't really seem anything crazy from a gameplay stance. I don't know. They have horse mounts and stuff, and the guy's running around and ADSs for a moment. but we don't know what this guy's doing by attacking the red ball. Character designs look pretty mid. I don't really see anything that's striking out to me, and realistically, this just looks like, again, a hero shooter that is trying to maybe take the place of Overwatch, but I just don't see that happening. It says a new breed of hero shooter, but we have no real information.
You know what this game makes me think of? You know how people have like a negative perception of mobile games? Like people just pump out mobile games all the time. They're like every other mobile game. Like you guys know how what's that game called? Clash Royale or Clash of Clans, that kind of art style with the king and stuff. And how you can just scroll on Google Play Store, or if you're in the Apple Store, the Apple Store. And you just see a whole bunch of games with that same type of character. That's what this reminds me of. It's like the mobile game of console and PC games. That makes sense, because it's trying to be what every other game is, but put into one, in the sense of like, I guess, common tropes. Like look at the characters. The characters, they kind of look I don't know, like they look like every other style of character put into one. They have like armor and stuff, and then they have these freaking somewhat futuristic looking weapons, but not at the same time. It's kind of like, you know, you might have a spear, but it has like a freaking, I don't know, gun attached to it or something. I don't. Everything looks so safe. What I'm trying to say. Like they're not trying to do anything different. They're just trying to take from other places, put it into one. And in theory, that sounds like that would be a good game, but I think they're copying too much.
Like when I see this, it's just like I don't feel anything. I don't feel I love to feel it or no.
Like yeah, like I know what you're saying. When you go back, like this character looks pretty cool, but it's something, I don't know. It's something about it where it's like it doesn't make me jump out of my seat like, oh shoot, like she's gonna be the freaking GOAT. I don't know, dude. Like it's kind of hard to explain why this game is not appealing, if that makes sense. Like this game doesn't look like horrible. It looks like a bad video game. It looks like mid slop. And I feel like the worst thing you can ever do when you're making a product is making it mid. For some reason, mid is worse than bad. I feel like people would play a bad video game and have fun, but you can never play a mid video game and have fun. Because a mid video game feels like it's trying to be a good game, but it's not. That makes sense.
I love to feel it or no. The game is not standing out graphically, gameplay-wise. These are reiterations of skills that we've seen previously, or nothing that's really in reinventing the wheel. And I'll be honest with you, this is a genre that has some pretty stiff competition. I mean, even going all the way back to the OG Team Fortress 2, the GOAT, by the way. Scout, Team Fortress 2, capture the flag, greatest time in gaming history. Team Fortress 2 started off as the first-person hero shooter, and, well, it was more of a class-based system, right? Where you didn't have skills, you didn't have ultimates, but you had tons of customizations, whether you're buying guns for your different classes, you're buying cosmetics, and it set the world on fire, especially when there's more mods and whatnot, which evolved into Overwatch, right? I mean,
okay, so I didn't play TF2, but just look at the little gameplay he showed and the cutscenes. It looks like it has so much personality. I think that's what Highguard is lacking, personality. Even look at this Overwatch picture right here. Look at D.Va. Look how different she is from, what's his name? How did I forget his name, dude? Well, whatever his name is. I don't know how I forgot his freaking name. They look so different. They look so colorful. They look so unique. And you can tell, like, by just looking at them, what type of personality they might have. And then it's even amplified in their gameplay, right? Highguard, I'm a dude on a horse. I got a gun, maybe a rocket launcher, or maybe I do some melee attacks. That's about it. I feel like that's it. I can't wait to see what happens when this game comes out, Highguard. I might even play it, bro. It's free to play, right? I might try it out. I might do a whole review on it. And, you know, maybe they might blow my mind. Maybe I might touch that game and be like, dude, this is better than freaking Marvel Rivals. That would be insane.
Overwatch took the market by storm, realistically. It took the formula, twisted it a bit, but was unique enough to the point where it's...
Bro, look at this game. This game, Overwatch, it has soul to it, bro. Look at the environment. Look at freaking 76, dude. Just this POV. It's way better than like Highguard. It was like dry and desolate. It made me feel like I'm in some type of like I don't know, I'm going to school and I'm sitting down in a quiet room studying. That makes sense. For a video game, that's what it makes me feel like.
Stood out. Graphically, it's completely different. It's more focused on a specific hero. So you have your skills, you have your ultimates, and you can master those people. There was a lot really there that was making you say, hey, maybe I want to go try out Overwatch. And some people still played both, right? Because it was only really the two massive ones in the market. Don't ask about Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is horrible. That shit's...
I'm gonna be honest, I like Overwatch 2. I don't play it all the time. I haven't played it in a long time. I have fun playing it though. When I get on with my friends, we have a good time.
That shit's 07, man. But there was something fundamentally different there from Team Fortress. You then go into Marvel Rivals. I mean, first of all, Marvel Rivals in itself is going to be a massive hit because it's the Marvel's IP, right? Who doesn't want to run around with Spider-Man, Venom, Captain America, Iron Man, the Scarlet Witch? Yo, like, what up, no, baby? Like, what's you trying to do? I'll let you mind control me. It's all good. Not only did I have the Marvel IP, but Marvel Rivals is way more fast-paced. There's a lot of things going on, and honestly, you could drop in and get a pretty decent rank just by being garbage at the game, right? Motherfuckers say, hey, man, I'm plat in Marvel Rivals. Hey, it's like saying you took a shit this morning. Everyone did it, right? But it was different. Bro, I completely forgot. You even have Valorant, right? Valorant is not necessarily...
Yeah, dude, I would say Valorant is on like the drier side in terms of personality. But even then, Valorant has enough personality, enough, I guess, swagger, if you want to say, that where you can look at it and you're like, oh, that's Valorant. I look at Highguard and I'm like, that is a mobile game. And I'm not saying mobile game as a bad word. I'm using it the way other people use it, as in like a slop video game. I don't look at it and I go, that is a game with a name. It's a game that looks like every other game. And that's the problem. I don't know what they have to do to fix it because the game's coming out. Like, the gameplay is going to have to be insane, really. If the game comes out and it looks the way it looks, but when you play it, the gameplay is just too much, you could get people on that damn game, and then you can fix all the soullessness later. Is that going to happen? I don't think so, dude. I feel like the gameplay is kind of basic. Like, I could probably turn on Highguard. If I'm playing with my friends, I'm going to have a good time. If I'm playing by myself, I'm not going to want to play it. So I'm really having a good time because my friends are with me while I play. Yeah, dude, they just need soul.
A twist of Team Fortress 2, but it is a take on Counter-Strike and making it more slow-paced, more methodical, and very class-heavy, along with, well, the hero shooter elements. You have your skills, your abilities, your ultimates.
It's the environment, too. Look at the environment in every single one of these games that he showed. They're all, in a sense, themed. I don't think Highguard has a theme. It's lacking that. Its theme is, I am a hero shooter. Its theme isn't, I'm Highguard. It's, I'm just another hero shooter. That's the problem. That's what it is. I'm figuring it out, guys. That's exactly what it is.
Your economy. It is a very different, unique situation that allows it to stand out with really good gameplay. You know, my favorite part is when someone picks Sage and then they just don't res. You're fucking useless. Again, what is the main core, the main focus here? All of these games have taken an evolution of Team Fortress 2 in some facet and tweaked it and made it different. Even a game like Deadlock. Deadlock is the third-person hero shooter that Valve has at the moment that combines all of these different games, right? It combines a third person from Marvel Rivals. It combines the hero shooter genre that we've seen previously, but throws the MOBA aspects in there where you have to last kill minions, to shoot the balls floating out the sky. You need to work in your specific lanes to take down each of the little torrents to then take over the base. It is definitely different. And
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't played Deadlock. I've seen people play it. I think the game is a little overhyped. That's my opinion. I don't think it's a bad game. It looks like it could be fun. But the way people talk about that game, they talk about it like it's the next freaking Smash Bros or something. Like it's revolutionary. I mean, the game looks good. Yes, a third-person shooter MOBA. It hasn't been done before. But it's kind of like, I really don't know who that game appeals to, honestly. It appeals to streamers, of course. It's a new Valve game. Streamers like Valve stuff. But outside of that, like, I don't know what type of gamers would want to turn on that game. Maybe like League players or Smite players. But are they really going to suck in people who play games like Marvel Rivals? I don't know. I don't think MOBAs are like casual gamer games. There are a lot of people that play League of Legends, but in a sense, everybody's kind of competitive, right? Like even if you're the worst player in the worst rank, you still have like some type of competitive drive when you play that game. Because otherwise, why are you playing League of Legends? That game is meant for you to be upset at everything. I've never played League, by the way. I don't want to, but that's the way the game is.
Honestly, a very enjoyable person. I like the game a lot. When you look at High Guard, there's not much to go off of other than you capture a sword, you summon a payload, and then this payload penetrates the enemy walls. Pause. That. There's nothing for me else to decipher from this gameplay, and the fact that they've been silent and not shown anything other than mediocre champions like this guy, like boy.
Dude, look at this dude. Like, I don't look at this guy and I think, man, he looks cool and unique. I'm just like, oh, it's just another guy. This is the type of dude you see as an NPC enemy in just any random game. And he might be a cool enemy to fight, but he's not like a boss fight. He's not even a mini boss. He's just another enemy. He's another guy. There's no soul to him at all. No personality. I see what they're trying to do with his design. They're like, hey, we want a like big ice ogre dude type of guy, but they're just failing. I don't know what they're failing at exactly and how to fix it, but they're failing and I can see it.
Wait, there ain't no way. Why you got ice on your titties? I got ice on your titties. What? He got an ice titty, dog. Like, this just is not a very enjoyable visual experience, right? I just don't get much from this. And, you know, when you have such a visceral reaction, especially negative, I just truly believe that it's weird to not say anything. You know, this guy blows up a house. He blew up a house, then he goes in there and shoots with a revolver. You're telling me that bro blew up, he couldn't kill someone with blowing up the house? Like, this just makes it look good.
Wait, that is a good point. Wait. So he has this explosion damage, but it only affects the environment. Yeah, there's something about that that would just rub people the wrong way. Maybe he shouldn't have been doing explosions, but maybe like a freaking I don't know, like he can target walls or something and throw something on it instead of it exploding, it dissolves. That way it wouldn't feel weird. Like if I have an enemy next to me, I activate the explosion, they don't take damage, but the entire environment collapses. It just looks weird and it doesn't yeah, it just doesn't mesh well with like pretty much basic logic, even though you want your game to be designed that way. And the whole revolver thing, bro, he's trying so hard to be what's his name? McCree? I know they changed it to Cassidy, but McCree from Overwatch, oh my god. But he's not as cool as him. Bro, he looks like he's trying to be Conan with a gun, but he's also McCree. And he can blow things up. And it just doesn't work.
Goofy, son. I'm sorry. Like, what is this nonsense? And then you plant a bomb or something. Like, I don't know. So I guess you break in with a payload and you plant a bomb.
And dude, their cover character, the cover boy, he is so basic. Oh my god. His name is I am man with spear, sword thing. His weapon does look cool. I'll give him that. They give him a cool weapon. He has a cape. Like, I got these little shoulder pads, this chest plate, and I'm wearing some rags and got some weapons on my belt. Sword man. He doesn't have any like weird tattoos or anything. He doesn't have any type of glowing aura. He's just a guy with a really cool weapon, actually. Not to the highest level, but like maybe like a six. Like out of like weapon ratings, I'll give like a six. Like it's decently cool. And that's it. Like the weapon is more interesting than him. And he's the cover boy. That's insane.
That's the gameplay loop I'm getting. But you know what? I wouldn't be able to tell you because we haven't learned anything yet. Their Twitter, Wildlight Entertainment. There's been nothing since December 11, 2025. They, you know, I don't know who Vince Zampella is. Oh, I think that's the COD, maybe. I don't know, but unfortunate. But there's been no information. There's nothing here. What is happening? What is happening? High Guard launching 2026. Nothing. Not a peep. Not nothing.
I think everybody should play this game while they have the chance before it dies. Think about the people who platinumed Concord or the people who have a physical copy of Concord. That is a legendary piece of gaming history that you can have forever and nobody else outside of like 10 other people have access to. Like, if there was a gaming museum, Concord needs to be in it. You can't have, like, if I'm have to put 10 games in my museum, Concord has a guaranteed slot, a guaranteed section where people can walk in, look at the exhibit, and go Concord. I don't know when it came out, but let's just say from January 1st to January 14th. Like, they see that, they go, whoa, what happened? And then they read the story about Concord. Like, that is what you got the freaking game case there. It's all in the freaking the glass cover. Oh my god, that would be insane. It's the same thing for this game. Now, maybe this game doesn't die. I think it will die pretty quickly because the amount of interest in the game is not high. I actually haven't seen anyone interested in the game outside of like journalists, which I don't know how much they even play games consistently. I feel like they just play a game for maybe a month and then they put it down. They play the next game. A month is probably pushing it, maybe 2 weeks, and then they pick up the next game to write a story about, or they play a game early, beat it really quickly, and then write their review. I don't think they really play video games consistently. So those guys are playing the game for 2 weeks, then they're gone. Who else is interested in the game? I mean, obviously, the devs probably play the game, right? But how many devs are there? Right? How many people do you need in a live service, free to play hero shooter that's probably selling you skins? I'm assuming they're going to sell you skins and maybe even weapon skins, probably emote stuff like that. How many people do you need playing, and what percentage of those people do you need consuming the actual in-game currency or in-game shop to keep it up and running? I'm guessing like you need at least like 20K active to semi-active players. And of that 20K, you probably need like 40% actively going in and out of the shop buying stuff. That'd be my guess. Because maybe I'll be saying, well, why do you need the freaking extra players that are not buying stuff then? I think it looks good on people who want to invest into your game, right? Like, they see, oh, you got all these active players, because to investors, active players, even if they're not buying anything, it's just a customer down the line, right? We'll get you eventually. That's the way they see it. So we'll see what happens, dude. I'm definitely gonna play this game. Not even gonna lie to you. I'm playing it because it might be dead on arrival. So I have to be the guy that can walk into a room and say, I played High Guard. Because I missed my chance, dude. I did not play Concord, unfortunately. Horrible.
How is this acceptable? Like, I don't get it. You know, the game has 54,000 dislikes on YouTube. And the reception on YouTube and Twitter is not positive. You can scroll through some of these comments. ChatGPT, generate a hero shooter with fantasy elements. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? Sir, a second Concord has hit the market. A new breed of shooter.
And I'm thinking about the guy that made the ChatGPT joke is so true. Because it looks cookie cutter, it looks like slop, it doesn't have soul. Not that you can't make something really cool with AI, just that I think solely mixing with AI, it's not there yet. We just don't have the technology for it. I don't know when it's gonna happen where somebody can put in a good prompt and then generate like really good art with AI. When I say art, I mean like video art, not just like a good picture. You can already do that. You can generate a pretty cool picture with AI today, but it's not there yet, and it looks like it's made by AI. That is so bad. A game made fully by human devs looks like it was made by AI. That sucks, dude. And look at this one, Titanfall fans on suicide watch. Right? Like, how do you make a game like Titanfall, one of the coolest concepts ever for a video game? Then you make Apex, which was, I'm not a big fan of Apex, but it's a pretty good battle royale. And then you just, yeah, let's make the next game a hero shooter with no soul. How does that happen, dude? I don't know.
This is the 7th this week in a row you've shown a hero shooter in class. I mean, like, listen, I know that Apex Legend dropped pretty secretly, right? And it was a smart strategy. You can't really sit there and say the game is garbage, the game is trash if you don't actually play it. But they've showed this gameplay and they've just been quiet on everything. And a lot of people, I don't think they're going to want to try the game. Maybe I'm wrong on this, but I truly believe that dropping the trailer and being silent has scared people away. You scared the hose away, bro. You scared the hose away.
Honestly, dropping a trailer for a game and that many people seeing it, and you also call the game a free to play game. Like the game is going to be free to play. Anybody can try it as long as they have the hardware to run it, which most people that saw that trailer probably do. And then they don't try it. That looks really bad on your game because they had all the eyes on them. They had everything they needed for people to get an impression of their game, and it turned into max negative status. That sucks. They would have been better off if they just had it in the middle of the show and they go free to play, coming out soon. I think there would have been people who like, you know what, that game's coming out. I'm not necessarily going to wish list it, but if I see it in my storefront, it's free to play. I'm bored one day, I might download it, give it a try. But now that it has max negative status, it's almost impossible to get people to play that game. There are people to this day that will still not play Cyberpunk even after it's been fixed. The reason why, the game came out and it tanked its reputation. Even after the many years of recovery, there are people to this day who will never touch a Cyberpunk game, at least the first Cyberpunk game. Why? Because first impressions are everything.
You're not supposed to be doing that. They gotta come through. What is you doing, baby? It's just very unfortunate. I guess we'll see what happens, man. But when I look at this situation, it really just screams a waste of time. I'm sorry. It does. When
That's a good point.
I don't know what's happening. It's insanity to me how this has even got through. And I do feel for the developers in some sense. I mean, they've been working on the game for like 4+ years, I believe, from what they said at the Game Awards. And you drop a trailer and it gets shit on, but no follow-up is diabolical. You might be confident in your product, but the market's not confident in your product. And you can be the most confident man of all time, but Andrew Tate got his ass beat by Chase Damore. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
True.
So that being said, I love you. I'll see you in the next one. I like this megaphone. We won't.
So this just proves that, it's a huge risk when you develop a game and you never show any kind of like reveal trailer for like the concept of the game or anything like that. And you just continue to develop and develop and develop and develop and develop and develop. And then right before release, literally a month away, you go, hey, here's the game. It's ready to go. Think about it. The only thing they had to write off of were that they were Titanfall 2 developers. Now, everybody watching at that time, when they saw that, they all shut up and had their eyes glued like, okay, Titanfall 2. Let's see what they got, right? Let's see what they've been doing for the last 4 years. And then they put out a flop, like, something that's not interesting at all. And people see that and they go like, well, I'm out of here. But if they had prior released like concept footage of this game and it was like, oh, Titanfall 2 developers, people would have been like, hey man, it doesn't look good. And they could have course corrected. They could have changed what they were planning initially. Like, okay, we can fix it here, fix it there. Maybe it'd be another year of dev time instead of 4, it'd be 5. But then maybe they could have actually put out a game that was appealing to people and something that people would actually put money and time into. But it turns out that doing that is a huge risk. I can't think of one game right now that did that, was just silent. It was the first entry of the IP, and then they just reveal it for a second, and then, hey guys, it's coming out in a month. And everybody just, oh my god, we gotta go get it. I mean, look at Avowed, man. Avowed had so much freaking goodwill with that first trailer. I was super hyped because I loved Skyrim. I'm like, oh my god, Skyrim, let's go. And then they were silent for a long time. And the vision of the game changed drastically. And then you see the new vision, and you're like, that's kind of iffy. I don't really know. But the thought of what they showed originally kind of kept you on board. Like, okay, maybe they haven't showed us enough footage yet. Maybe we're still getting that Skyrim-esque game. And to an extent, you did, but it really just changed completely. Anyways, I'll be trying out Highguard. Are you going to be trying out Highguard? That's the real question. Do you want to be a part of history? Let me know. Have a good night.